So we left things off a little weird, and Sam's kind of not doing so great. What can we expect?
Well, Dean got his mother back, which is that's going to be a really unique kind of situation to adjust to, and now he's got to get his brother back. So it's going to be kind of an interesting dynamic now. Dean has always worked alongside his brother or essentially solo. So obviously Cass has been there and kind of he comes in and out quite often, and Crowley, but to have his actual mother, and he doesn't know his mother. He was 4 years old when she died, and he never knew her to be a hunter. So the fact that she's coming in with all of her set of skills, but she's having to adjust to essentially the future. She doesn't know what internet is. So there's a lot of she's going to have to get used to a whole different world, but she's also going to have a difficult time accepting the fact that both of her sons are now in a life that she's tried so desperately to get out of. So I think that's going to make for some interesting stuff between the brothers and mom once we get Sam back.
Sounds like tension
and awkwardness and also there's joy, there's sadness. It's kind of a whole ball of emotions.
It sounds like it. How long is this show going to go on? It's been on forever. I feel like it's going to be another MASH.
Yeah, Gunsmoke. I don't know. I really don't. If you'd have told me, season 1 that it was going to go 5 seasons, I would have been thrilled. If you'd have told me season 5 that we were going to go another 7 seasons, I would have been, you're crazy. Yet here we are, season 12. And I don't know. Look, as long as there's still good story to be told, and as long as they still find ways to make these brothers and their life an interesting story to tell, I love. Look, I'm not only I not only play a character in the show, but it's a show and a story that I'm a personal fan of. I love the characters. I love the stories. And again, if they continue to keep writing the way they have for the past 11 years, I don't know that I could turn it down.
I don't blame you. So, work is work, and absolutely. And the fans love it. So we're really excited for season 12. Thanks for talking with me. You're so tall, I can't do this. Okay. First of all, happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Are you a July baby also?
No, I'm actually a January baby, but that's
January
okay.
What?
21st.
Okay, my wife is the 8th.
Ah, all right. So she's a Capricorn. I'm kind of an Aquarius. Okay.
Cusper?
Yeah, I'm a Cusper. So
I like it.
Anyway. Mom's back. What does that mean?
We'll see. I think, in my opinion, one of the things I'm really excited about it being is that we get to see Sam, who's been this really strong character. He's overcome Lucifer to jump into the hole. He's overcome the demon blood addiction with Ruby. He's overcome, the gates of hell opening and being tortured by the devil himself. So we get to see this character who's big and strong and headstrong and dedicated be a son. Because even when he's been a son in the past, it hasn't been in the classic sense. It's been like he didn't like his dad, so it's more like a man-to-man thing. Like, how could you do this to me in my life? So I'm excited to see not the softer part of Sam, but the softer part of Sam, and how that affects the family dynamic.
I think the fans are actually going to really love that.
Oh, I think so too. I do. For 241 episodes, we've done so many storylines that part of me, it's not that I doubt the writers, but I'm like, how many stories are there in the world that you could even think about? Like at some point in time, we've told all the stories, but they never cease to amaze me and surprise me.
Yeah, it's amazing. We're really excited for the next season. So
Awesome.
Thank you for talking with us.
Yeah, you got it. Nice
Have
to
a
meet
good night. You too.
Yeah,
So you have said recently that this season is kind of going back to the roots of the show. What do you mean exactly by that?
Well, the show started out as a kind of Monster of the Week show where Sam and Dean were basically, they were almost like a couple of detectives who were solving local supernatural mysteries or problems. And now I think that we're getting a little bit back to those roots and pulling the focus a little bit away from very big, epic, mythological storylines like dealing with the apocalypse or purgatory or the darkness or God or things like that. So we're bringing it back down onto a little bit more of a human scale than we have been in for the last half dozen seasons. That said, we still have the likes of myself and Angel, the likes of Mark Sheppard, the King of Hell. We have, we're taking on Lucifer. So our version of a smaller scale is epic by most standards.
Castiel's had a rough few seasons, but it seems like he's getting his mojo back now. What can we expect?
Cass does have his mojo back at the beginning of season 12, and he is in a fighting spirit. So he is leaving a trail of limp, unconscious bodies in his wake, and it's kind of fun.
So it can't be easy being Crowley's mom.
Oh, no, but somebody's got to do it.
I'm guessing there's like a strained mother-son relationship there a little bit.
Yeah. They're a good match for each other, though. I think that's what's fun, is Rowena seems to be able to go toe-to-toe with him, and I think that's hopefully fun for the fans. It's fun for me to do, anyway, with Mark Sheppard.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure Mark loves it, too.
Yeah.
So what can we expect from Rowena for next season?
Well, I think the idea with this season, different to last season with the big bad, it's more about family. So obviously Rowena's not perhaps the most family-oriented person. So we'll be interested to see, if there's more interaction with Crowley and maybe with Gavin. I don't know. I genuinely don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be interesting to see Rowena's reaction to being a granny.
All right. It's going to be interesting. So, all right. Well, I want to say two quick things. First of all, I love your accent. And second of all, I'm so glad we're about the same height. So thank you very much. Thanks so much for talking with us. Yes.
This is Flick.
Yes, it does. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Doing what I'm told.
All right. So last season, I have to admit, I loved seeing Crowley in the cage. How difficult was that to kind of do a little role reversal?
It's no difficult than the last time you were in your cage or licking the floor. I'm sure the floor tasted exactly the same as it did for you. Be honest now.
Did they put peanut butter on the floor?
No, they did. I thought you said something else there for a minute. No, but no, they didn't. They didn't accommodate me in the slightest. They enjoyed every second of me doing that.
Rowena talked a little bit about potentially being a little bit more of a mother-son relationship this season. Can you talk a little bit about that?
God, I hope not. The truth
She's not like your mom.
Well, she's not my mom, is the first thing. She's also not Crowley's mom. She's Fergus's mom, which makes it a little bit more complicated. But so I think it's I love Ruth. I love what Ruth brings to the character. But I think Crowley absolutely detests the idea of Rowena, because it's connected to Fergus, his original character, which is subpar human as far as he's concerned. So I think their relationship is more of a cautionary tale than an actual mother-son relationship, and I think it's more based on drama and what-ifs and sort of wanting to guilt and smash and shame and do all these things. It's like how not to parent and how not to be a child. But she plays it so well. I love the fact that she's so much younger than I am in real life.
And she's a lot of fun too. So
She's fabulous. She's a lovely actress, and the fans have really enjoyed it, and I'm glad about that. Ostensibly we're here to watch the Winchester brothers, and we still care after 11 seasons. It's a magical thing.
Yeah. And Crowley is one of my characters that I love to hate. So, but he's a great character. So, and I love the way you play him. So, thank you so much for taking the time and talking with us. We're really looking forward to season 12. Thank you. Thanks.
Hold on.
Flick. So Mom's been on the show before,
Yes.
but not quite as big of an arc. What is that going to mean for her and the boys?
There's a lot there. There's a lot. Mary has traditionally been one thing at a time. And now she's everything. She's still mom, but she's hunter. She's has a full range of emotions, not just the quintessential mom, not the pretend evil, not the, the imaginary, the hallucination, any of those things. She's a real person with everything that encompasses, which has been challenging and really fun, because it's not just being a real person with a normal set of life circumstances.
No, she doesn't have the traditional family, does she?
The path has not been, common. So there's been a lot to integrate into an existence of being dead and missing her children growing up, and the way the world has changed in 30 years, and not just technology, but everything, the history, the events, the way politics have gone. There's new countries. Everything is different since 1983.
Yeah, very, very, very true. So, what can you spoil for us a little bit about Mary and the boys?
Well, I think that finding her footing as the easiest way is as a hunter. And so she will be hunting with the boys and shows us the badass side that she always had. And I think that knowing that her children are hunters is hard for her. We're going to probably be a little mad at John about that.
The mom's always mad at the dad, let me just tell you, so don't worry about it.
That's sort of normal. But there's going to definitely be a journey there to find where she belongs and not get too much in the way of the boys either. They have their full lives, they're adults. And it may not be the life I would have wanted for them, but I have to respect that is the life they've chosen. And I think, typical of any mom, you have to decide how much to participate. And so there's that whole issue as well. And there's time to develop that. There's time to figure that out.
Well, I actually love that idea and love bringing, Mary back, and I think it adds a really great element to the show. So I'm excited to see it, and I know the fans are going to be too. Thanks for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Thanks.